Islam Moors, happy holy day. I rise and give praise to the great God, Allah. Whatever name you want to call the great God, I give praise and honor to the great God. This is what I'm about. I strive to be one with the great source. This is what this channel or whatever, any channels that I do. Despite sometimes I may not reach that perfection, but I'm constantly working on it. Every failure, some big, some small, but they get smaller as I grow and learn, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Big and small is for me to learn, to get lessons where I can grow and develop and become a greater person, as well as spiritually unfold, become the oneness from which I came and why I came, right? That's something else. But honest to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who brought us this everlasting gospel, the Moorish Science Temple of America, brought our nationality, Moorish Americans, but also, yes, Moorish science. He brought us back to our nationality, back to our science, should we say. For slavery divided us, marked us, erased us from that great history. So high honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Well, Allah loved us enough to come save us out of that chattel slavery that we were so our descendants was locked and bound to. And we're still fighting to get out of that entanglement. But today, Moors, I want to just speak to our young men, all our Asiatics. And really, this is a universal teaching to any young man of humanity. And one of the things we want to talk about is the harlot. In our lessons, one of the first instructions directly to our young men out of our Holy Koran, right? It talks about our young men in chapter 20, to be aware of the harlot, right? I think that's so prevalent today and has always been. But let's help some people, right? And young man, I want you to know how to kind of be able to pick up on when you're dealing with a harlot, right? Right? So it's 4 things I have that points out from our scripture, chapter 20, things that you need to know about the harlot. And I wrote some things down. 1, she's going to be fine, meaning her delights. And she is going to show you what you can have, right? Her physical body with little imagination needed, right? So you could probably, as soon as you scroll from this page and go to some other page, you actually see all over social media, all everywhere, walking, whatever, you'll see women who I give you little imagination, just letting you know what you can have from the head to the toe, what she got that you can have, and just little imagination is needed because she's showing you it, right? So she's going to be delightful. She's going to be something to look at. That's one thing about a harlot. She's going to reveal her body. Another thing about a harlot, she's sweet. She's not mean. The harlot is sweet, gentle, nice, enticing words, kindness. She know what to say to you. She know how to allure you to her, right? Many young men, you're looking for identification. You're looking to be praiseworthy. You're looking to have somebody praise you, somebody confirm that you're a man, that you're of this stature, or you got this going on, and so forth. The harlot know how to do that. They already know you're thirsty for that. That's two, right? So one, she's fine. Two, she's kind. You know, she know how to say the sweet talk. Three, when you are around her, you can't think straight, and she ain't, I said ain't, gonna try to help you to think straight. Other words, she knows how to, she's gonna keep you distracted. She's not gonna be able to build upon what you got going on, what you're trying to do, or your goals, any goals worthy of pursuits that can help you produce wealth and life and happiness in your life. She's going to keep you distracted from that. She's a distraction. She's a taker. The harlot is a taker. And so that's another sign that you're dealing with a harlot, right? All these things combining, right? The fourth thing is, of course, it just kind of logically, subsequently follow along, is she is going to waste your time. She wastes all your time and energy. Just eat it up. She will exhaust your joy. In the prime of life, you will look drained all the time. And it talks about how you actually look much older when you're dealing with a harlot. Drain men, drain their youth. Right? But the harlot is a waste of time. Before you're supposed to be at the basketball practice and you're late because you're dealing with the harlot. You're supposed to be at the business meeting, you're late, or you're dropping, or you forgot this part of the business plan, or this part of what you're supposed to do because you've been dealing with the harlot all week. She's going to waste your time. You're going to be behind your goals, and you're not going to be completing things, right? Let's look at some just basic definitions that you can look up, English definition about the harlot. What is the harlot? One of the number one definitions, it says she or a prostitute or sexually promiscuous woman. What is a prostitute? A person who engages in sexual intercourse or other sex acts for money, sex work, right? So a harlot, in a sense, she's using sex, what? For a transaction out of you. Now, a harlot is not going to deal with, as they say, with no broke men or no broke young men. And so it also goes to show too that it may not all necessarily mean wealth or material. You may have access to something that she need, right? And therefore you are worth some type of value, right? Or you may have potential wealth and she sees that. But by the time she gets through with you, that potential gonna be, like I say, wasted. But promiscuous, let's look at that. Promiscuous is characterized by or involving indiscriminate mingling or associated, especially having sexual relations with a number of partners on a casual basis. So on a casual basis, so this is about the harlot. She use you up, move on, use you up, this guy, move on. She's very casual in her relationships, according to this just English definition. But in the Moorish science, there's degrees within our lessons, right? Even though I'm speaking to the young men, it goes for the young women too, because a man can have these same characteristics. A man can have these same characteristics as being a harlot. Some would call it a gigolo, but being a harlot, right? So it does apply as well, but specifically to the young men, because the young men, the needs and the wants and the desires are somewhat specific to especially the culture of the Asiatic male and the relation that the Asiatic male has with the Asiatic female. And in that relationship, the acts and the events, the energy that those two things attract by each other causes the opportunity for the harlot to take advantage of. And so, young men, you want to make sure you pick the right woman, because as we teach, the woman you pick will determine your happiness, or it could determine your unhappiness by the woman, simply by the woman that you choose. So we want to choose wisely, think on these things, right? So 1, she gonna be fine. 2, she gonna be nice and sweet. 3, she's gonna keep you distracted. You're not gonna be, you're gonna be distracted. She's not gonna help you stay on point. And 4, she's gonna waste your time. You're not gonna be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish linked up with the harlot. Peace and love. This is S. Well. Hopefully something here you learned and you can take from it and build on, right? So I wish you the best. Peace and love. I see y'all in the wind. Praise Allah.